Hi, a friend had asked me about how to get started with a multi-layer board, so I'll just give you a real quick overview. If you right-click in the board space and go to Layer Stack Manager, you can see I've only got 2 layers of copper here. So I'm going to click on one of these layers. I'm going to say Add Internal Plane. Do that a couple times. And I'm not going to worry about the board stack up size right now or what thickness of the copper is, but that'll get us those 2 planes. So now if I go to this little options window down here, I can see I've got these 2 planes. So if I go to these planes and zoom out, it's sometimes it helps to switch to single layer. Shift S, I believe, is single layer. And I hope this correlates to Circuit Studio as well. This is how you do it in Altium. So now I'm seeing everything on this layer. And it's got this board outline. So this is an inverted layer. So if you see copper, that means that there's no copper there. That's how it is on plane layers. So if I double click, I can assign everything to ground. Okay, so now that layer is ground. If I go here, I can assign everything to, let's call it internal VCC. Okay, you'd probably want to give it a global net name, but that's not a big deal right now. If you wanted to make a split plane, the width of your line is going to determine the separation between the, I'm lost for words here. I'll just draw something. I'm going to change my grid, so G, and then I use 25 mil grid on an internal layer just to make it easy, and I don't snap. So it's great. Good old Gmail. Okay, so here's just a real quick definition of a split plane. I think I forgot to set the line width. It's on 12. Okay. So now I can define, let's make this a different net. Okay, 5 volts. So now this is 5 volts and this is internal VCC. Okay, so that's how you do a split plane. Now if you want to connect something to it, I'm going to take it off single layer. Let's just do another Shift S. And let's see what happened. There we go. So I'm going to start routing, and I've got these mapped to weird shortcut keys. I'm going to take it off the 25 mil grid, and I'm going to use a snap, Shift E, I think cycles between snaps. And so here's, that's routing. Let me grab one of those nets that I defined. Okay. I'm looking for a ground or analog ground. Okay. Okay, here's a ground net. So we'll just start routing from this. And I know I've got ground defined on one of those split planes. So that's huge, but let's do that's not change it. Never mind. We'll just use a big via, whatever. Okay. So if you can see it, there's a green cross here. And if I go to Shift S and then go to the green layer, it's showing me what's going to happen there. And yeah, you can see it's thermally relieving that. You can change that thermal relief by doing a design rule for how vias connect to planes. I won't cover that now, but that's the general thing. If we go to the VCC layer now, you can see that it's relieving around that, so it's not connecting to that via. So there's lots of other little tips and tricks on how to do plane layers, but that's the general idea. You define the layer, where your power routing is on the layer, what nets are assigned to the layer, and then you just drop vias down and it automatically connects. So here we've got these vias that are all connecting to the analog ground net. So if we go here, and what if we say analog ground instead? Now they're all trying to thermally relieve to that, and there's not enough space between the vias to do it correctly. You would want to change the rules on how you can define the spoke widths, the thermal relief diameters, and stuff like that to make that look a little better. That would be, you might get some funny results there. Anyway, that's just kind of a super brief flyover. And put your questions in the comments, and I can answer them. Thanks.